Hello, friends. So before I share my thoughts today, just want to remind you that digital dharma is available if you have the time, ability, or desire to read it. How AI can elevate spiritual intelligence and personal well-being. And also, if you want to continue these conversations with me, you can go to digitaldeepak.ai. So today's thoughts that I'm sharing with you, which some people would say are consistent or congruent with the non-dual traditions of the world, and others like Richard Dawkins and colleagues would call pseudo-profound bullshit. So you can decide whether this is pseudo-profound bullshit or perhaps a deep dive into the nature of fundamental reality. So, based on my previous work, I'm sharing with you today some extended thoughts. And this starts with the following hypothesis. Every object named or every activity is first a mode of knowing in consciousness. Modes of knowing are sensations, images, feelings, and thoughts, which in turn are modulations or modifications of consciousness. Each mode of knowing is an evanescent space-time event in consciousness. The appearance of the physical world is a human construct or story from the building blocks of evanescent space-time events in consciousness, much like a digital 3D movie projecting itself from fundamental reality, which is pure consciousness, as the theater of space-time and causality. I can see why Richard Dawkins refers to this as willful obscurantism. He's a naive realist, so I understand. Okay, so let's first share the idea of understanding consciousness. So all these years, I have explored the interplay between consciousness, perception, and the physical world, and tried to offer insights into how our understanding of these concepts can shape our experience of reality. Let's first address what are called modes of knowing and consciousness. So what I'm proposing is that every named object or activity is fundamentally a mode of knowing within consciousness. Consciousness, pure consciousness, is frequently referred to as pure knowing. These modes of knowing are comprised of sensations, images, feelings, and thoughts, which are themselves modulations or modifications of consciousness. So according to what I'm proposing, each mode of knowing is an evanescent space-time event within consciousness, suggesting that our experiences are transient and constantly evolving. This perspective aligns with the idea that consciousness is the fundamental ground of all experience. So in this view, consciousness is not merely a byproduct of the brain, but a primary reality from which all experience emerges. As I've mentioned, this aligns with certain Eastern philosophies, such as Vedanta, which describe consciousness as the basis of existence, preceding the subject-object split that characterizes perceptual experiences. Okay, so pure consciousness is prior to subject-object split. It is also infinite possibilities, infinite modes of knowing, infinite self-regulation, infinite correlation, non-local correlation, and infinite evolution. So when we look at this viewpoint, then the physical world is understood as a human construct. So I'm arguing that the appearance of the physical world is a human construct or story built from the building blocks of these evanescent space-time events in consciousness. I liken this process to the creation of a digital movie where the physical world is a narrative constructed from the raw materials of consciousness. And I recognize that this view challenges the conventional scientific understanding of the physical world as an objective reality independent of human perception. That philosophy of science is referred to as naive realism. In this framework, the physical world is seen as a manifestation of consciousness shaped by our perceptions and interpretations. And this perspective invites a reconsideration of the nature of reality, suggesting that what we perceive as the physical world is deeply intertwined with our consciousness and subjective experiences. These insights into consciousness and reality, in my opinion, have profound implications of how we understand our place in the universe. By viewing consciousness as the primary reality, I encourage a shift away from a purely materialistic view of the world. This perspective emphasizes the interconnectedness and inseparability of all things and the role of consciousness in shaping our experiences and perceptions. Moreover, this view of reality highlights the importance of self-awareness and mindfulness in navigating the complexities of life. By cultivating a deeper understanding of consciousness and its role in shaping reality, I believe we can gain greater insight into our own experiences and develop a more holistic approach to personal growth and fulfillment. So, this exploration of consciousness offers a transformative perspective on the nature of reality. By emphasizing the role of consciousness as the foundation of all experience, and if you disagree, let me know why, I invite you to reconsider our understanding of the physical world and our place within it. This perspective encourages a more integrated view of reality, where consciousness and perception are seen as central to the unfolding story of existence. Unfolding of the story of existence. I should say the human story of existence. Okay, that's it for today. Let me know if this makes any sense or you two think it's pseudo-profound bullshit or willful obscurantism, as my friend Richard Dawkins refers to it. Okay, thanks, my friends. And once again, Digital Karma is a user's guide to exploring spiritual intelligence and personal well-being. You can continue this conversation with my digital twin, digitaldeepak.ai. Thank you.